Hey everybody, welcome back to the Spinner Rack. This is Mars here. How you doing today? Today's another Love It or Skip It review. We are talking about the Neil Gaiman's new comic that just dropped from Dark Horse. It's called Anansi's Boys. And it's just based off familiar because Anansi's Boys is actually a novel that Neil Gaiman wrote, and it is in the American God universe. Basically, gods from the old world come over to the new world, and they either have to adapt, change, or get beaten by the new gods. The new gods of celebrity, the new gods of television. So it's real interesting. If you are really into this type of Neil Gaiman, if you're a Neil Gaiman fan, it is definitely down your I guess, what do they say? This is down your road. So let's just get straight to the story. The story is about we basically are heading the story in flashbacks in the comics, which is really good. They're basically telling you from the point of view of one of Anasi's sons. His name is Fat Charlie. Now, the funny thing about this, Fat Charlie isn't really his name. He really was never fat, throughout his life. But his father, the Anasi, when he called somebody something, he had the power to, make that name stick. So it's just really it's really funny. And of course, if I haven't said at the beginning, Anasi is a god from the American God universe, and he is the trickster. He's like the Loki in the Marvel universe, which is again quite funny when you think about it. And of course, the trickster god is in many different I guess pantheons of gods throughout the world with various names. Like I cited, Loki. But here, we have him as a father. We see Fat Charlie as he remembers his father, because we find out that Fat Charlie, when his fiance is interested in getting married, she's basically saying, hey, invite your father. And Fat Charlie is like, yo, me and him haven't communicated in quite some time. And so therefore, I don't even want to be reaching out to him at all. But, his fiance insists, because she doesn't have her father's missing, or dead. And so he then goes after and starts finding out more about his father. His father has died, and from there they starts the mystery, like why, how did his father die, what happened. Of course, that's a little later, but that's the beginning parts of the whole story. And of course, there's a big, of course, it's a spoiler review, so please, if you're reading it, it's going to have. Well, I'm not even going to spoil it. It's going to be later on in the series. If you read the book, you already know it. But if you haven't, this is what's going to happen in terms of him finding out. He doesn't know his father's a god, right? He doesn't know enough. He just thought of his father as a deadbeat person who, was never there for him and his mother. It's also pretty interesting because Anansi, everybody knows his character. His character, he's very charming. He's charismatic. He's a singer. And you get that in the book, and here you're definitely starting to get that in the comic book series. All I can say, this is definitely seems to be in the right path of what you want to see in a Neil Gaiman book. In fact, from what I understand, they plan to make a series based on Anasi's boys, and the hint tells you there's more than one boy. But at the beginning of this story, all our boy Charlie knows is that he's the only child. So you're trying to unravel, why doesn't he know he has another child? Sorry for that spoiler. How did his father die if he's a god? You know, what happened? And so these are all the type of questions that are being asked, and you try to unravel it. At the same time, throughout the story, you're going to get songs. You're going to get stories, because he's a god of stories. He tells stories all the time. And the one thing in his stories, he's not always necessarily a good guy. He just causes problems for a lot of people. But I gotta say, it's an excellent start off. It's a good adaptation of the novel from so far, and I'm hoping that the quality of the writing and the quality of the art continues, because that's really what we're here for. If you can get that particular quality, you will continue to enjoy it yourself. So hey, one last thing, there is going to be the TV series. It's going to be on Amazon Prime, Anasi's Boys, and it should be coming out, I believe, in the fall. It's about 6 episodes long, and hopefully it does the Anasi Boys justice. And, one other thing, I keep bringing this back. So the character you see in part of the art, holding the like a puppet string, because it's kind of that's how Fat Charlie feels about his relationship with his father. You know, that he's always being made to be like a puppeteer or something like that. Well, one of the main characters, and of course I think that character is going to be Delroy Lindo, which is, if you know him, he's an actor who's been in tons of different films throughout the years. And so the character literally in the movie here, not in the movie, in the comic right here, as you can see, looks exactly like him. And again, Delroy Lindo has been in blood tons of shows and TV movies. You know, Romeo Must Die, Gone in 60 Seconds, Sahara, the Christmas, In the Blood, Blood In, Blood Out, Broken Out. I mean, it's just numerous stuff that he's been in. That's just TV show, Law and Order. He's done theater. So, you know, as Anansi is one thing we see in the story, and it's just starting to, Anansi, even though he's dead, is a larger than life figure in Fat Charlie's life. And, you know, how can someone as charismatic and as powerful as him pass away? But hey, I don't want to hold you guys up. This, like I said, this is a love it or skip it review. I definitely loved it, loved the book, and this is a very intriguing comic. I think this is a great way to get into the whole story. And if you love American Gods, you love Neil Gaiman, I think this is fantastic, straight down the road for you. And those of you who don't, if you like stories, you like trickster gods, this is definitely for you too. Spinner Rack, out.